to his humanity, I argue that in his humanity, Jesus could not have been what he was if he would have stayed in Nazareth, because Nazareth was not a place that allowed Jesus to perform at a level of becoming his best self. Where you are is not always where you're supposed to be, because sometimes where you're at does not provide a high enough altitude that allows you to grow to your greatest heights. One of the purest and simplest ways to determine if the place where you're at provides the needed altitude for you to grow is if the biggest image you have is the image of yourself. If the greatest image that you have is that of yourself, then growth is not possible, because the only thing left for you to do is to become stagnant to your current status. Your capabilities are only understood within the context of your environment. Therefore, if your environment is limited, then your current capability is also limited, because your authentic capability cannot be discovered until you've placed yourself in a broader scenery where you have bigger images than yourself to compete with. Growth, ladies and gentlemen, comes not when I'm superior to my surroundings, but when I've been placed in an environment that makes me feel inferior, because it is then when I become aware of the proper resources needed to sufficiently be educed. As Naeem Akbar quotes, the mind's possibilities are limited by its concept of its potential. Here it is. Please don't stone me after the service, but here it is. How in the world can you grow as a preacher when you preach better than everybody in your circle? How in the world can you grow as a leader when nobody in your circle can produce strategic and creative ideas and think at a level above your own? Is there anybody here who understands that I need to be surrounded by some folk that I can benefit from? Folk who can pour life into me in my season of drought and challenge me to think and operate at a level that I never thought that I could. Don't you know that there's two types of people in your life? People who have been assigned to you and people who have been attached to you. People who have been attached to you are the people who continue to subtract from you and keep you at a level of stagnation, while the people who have been assigned to you are the people who continue to add and multiply to your life daily. People who have been assigned to you are the people who cause you to continue to reach down within the depths of your soul, reach down within the depths of your gift, and pull out everything that there is in order that your growth may reside in the realm of continuity. Somebody touch your neighbor, tell them, I got to beware of you because you might just be attached to me. I'm in my seat. I've held you entirely too long for a lecture. I'm in my seat. Once I tell you that Jesus understood the significance of geographic location. Because Jesus knew that he could not do great works in Nazareth, Jesus conceptualized that his location, Nazareth, was not his assigned place. As a leader, you always want to be where you and what you have to offer is appreciated and not just tolerated. Where you are matters just as much as who you are. It isn't until you place a fish in water, ladies and gentlemen, when it's able to do what it was created to do and float in its state of genius. However, when it's denied its required environment to correctly function, it eventually dies because it's forced into an atmosphere not suitable to its self-preserving nature. Where you are matters just as much as who you are, because where you are can be the determining factor of self-fulfillment or self-abandonment. When your destination, ladies and gentlemen, is confused with your location and where you are is not where you're supposed to be, then your intended function becomes obsolete, leaving you lifeless due to the suppression and suffocation of your original selfhood. Self-fulfillment can only arise out of self-knowledge, because it is through self-knowledge that you can accurately discover the environment that instinctively allows you to operate in a self-preserving and self-progressive manner. When Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, with Jesus purposefully being born as the deliverer, as the Messiah, it was outside of Nazareth where he belonged, because it was inside of Nazareth where Jesus was prevented from flowing in his messianic anointing. And because Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, I'm closing right now, and because Jesus discerned his location from his destination, he was able to flow and operate in his intended function. It was when Jesus walked into his destination, when he went through the towns, healing the sick and raising the dead, causing deaf ears to hear and causing mute tongues to talk, causing blind eyes to see and causing dead things to live again. His background labeled him a poor Jew, while his foreground labeled him not only the King of the Jews, but King of all kings and Lord of all lords. It was in his destiny where he one day he went out on a cross, where they stretched him wide, they hung him high, they dropped him low, and then he died. But it was early on Sunday morning where he rose from the grave with all power in his hands. It was in his destiny where he conquered death. It was his destiny where he overcame the powers and the injustices of this world. His background said that he would die without making a change, but his foreground said that he became the lead agent of change of this world. And I came to let you know that if you want to walk into your destiny, and if you want to do and become everything that God has set out for you to become, then you too have to discern your destination from your location. And as I take my seat on tonight, I just want to leave you with, please don't be focused on the wrong thing. God bless you.